Welcome back to AI in Recruitment, the podcast for the latest news about technology, especially artificial intelligence. My name is Martijn Hemminga, and I'm all alone. Not in the studio, but we are on an event, the TruAmsterdam, the 19th edition, and so I'm alone. My co-host Jasper is doing photo shoot or making a movie or something like that. So we are at the office of Jobsrepublic, and later on this show I will have Eric as a guest. He's the CEO of Jobsrepublic. It's a recruitment marketing agency. So and I will have another guest later on. So but first a message from our partner. 8Fonds is the official sponsor of AI in recruitment. 8Fonds is the market leader in recruitment. They've trained their AI on a staggering 85 million resumes. Let 8Fonds also accurately predict the best job for your candidates. Go at fonds.com to read more about their solutions. So today in this show we will talk about the winner of the Benelux AI in Recruitment Award, the second edition that we have this prize, which was handed over to the winner at the 9th edition of the Recruitment Tech event in Utrecht, the Netherlands. We were also talking about Christmas, and this time the Coca-Cola commercial, which was totally made with AI. And we have some other groundbreaking AI, ChatGPT news and more. So, let's go to the finalists for the Benelux AI in Recruitment Award 2024. So it's the second edition that we hand over this award. I already told you it was during the Recruitment Tech event in Utrecht, and it was a combination of 3 tools and 3 cases, in which in all of the tools and all the cases AI was part of it. In the last edition of this AI in Recruitment show, we already told the 6 finalists were Oranje Groep, No Milk Today, and PostNL, 3 cases, and the 3 tools were Into Dialogue, Simple, and the Selection Lab. So the winner of 2024 was announced. It's a startup, AI-driven tool for job interviews. It's called Into Dialogue. And the CTO, Roderick Bonsoir, said, "It's a great honor. It speaks testament to the journey we've been on as a startup." So you heard a lot of music about me. One of the tracks will begin at this moment. So I'm not in the studio as you listen to the podcast. I'm somewhere in Amsterdam. So back to the awards. So the Best Tool Award was chosen based on a report by the Recruitment Tech jury. The AI is truly well implemented without any loose ends, stated the jury report. It's a very nice tool, beautiful, simple. It takes away administrative and tedious work from recruiters. There has been very good use made of AI for the design of the tool. All in all, a great deal of added value. Okay, so let's move on to our ChatGPT news from this month. So OpenAI has made its ChatGPT app available for all Windows users. Last month, a test version was only accessible to subscription users, and now the full release is confirmed on social media and can be downloaded via the Microsoft Store for Windows for Windows 10 and 11 PCs. So I did. I installed it, and it's really nice working with it. You don't have to go to the browser. You can go to the app on your Windows machine. So I'm really already fan of it. ChatGPT was already available via the web and via your smartphone, and now also via your app on your PC. there's a smart combination of a smart key. So if you Alt key and spacebar, it will pop up. This window remains in the foreground, facilitating easier use alongside other programs. So, unlike the earlier test versions, the full release of the Windows app now includes voice mode. So that's really nice. I use voice mode a lot on my phone. And now you can also use it on your desktop or your Windows machine. Other features remain unchanged, and of course OpenAI, I just told you, previously released ChatGPT apps for Android devices, iPhones, and also for the Mac. So like every month we have our monthly audio guest, Laurens Waling. He is the chief evangelist at Advance, and this month he will tell us more about agents.
These days, recruitment is a jungle of disconnected AI tools, challenging for both candidates and recruiters. How do you know if you're using the right tool? Is it secure? Does it integrate seamlessly with others? It doesn't have to be this way. Enter Agentic AI. This game changer connects multiple AI tools, allowing you to use them simultaneously and even run quick compliance checks. Imagine sourcing, automated assessments, matching, personalized outreach, deal making and onboarding, all in one workflow. No more jumping between platforms. And here's the kicker. Rejected candidates don't have to be wasted effort. With AI, you can recycle talent into pools, match them to current openings, or keep them warm for future opportunities. You can even share talent with partner organizations. This isn't just for big companies. These AI tools are affordable, user-friendly, and designed for everyone. The key is working smarter, not harder. Let AI do the heavy lifting while you focus on strategy. And by the way, not sure where to begin? Ask your favorite generative AI for recommendations. It's that simple.
So that was Laurens Waling talking about recruit agents and AI agents. So very interesting. And now I'm not alone anymore because I have a guest, and especially it's maybe around because I'm guest in your company. Eric van Bourgonje. I can speak it in English, but it's Eric van Bourgonje, CEO from Jobsrepublic and Hello Public.
That's right. Yes. Well, yeah, I can say welcome, Martijn, today.
Yeah, it's really well organized for a true event. I've been to several ones. A great lunch and a great atmosphere.
Yes, well, we wanted to make a good impression, of course, on the recruitment industry. So happy to host TruAmsterdam today.
Yeah, well, you certainly did. So why did you host it? Only for to show...
Well, Patrick and Gordon asked me, okay, could you help us out? We had a venue in mind, but it didn't work out. And we heard you have a great office. So that's, we were enthusiastic right away because it's really nice to get this group in the office and have a vibrant day. So, really nice.
Yeah. So what your role is CEO?
CEO, that's right. Yeah.
Founder
also,
also. Yeah. And it started with Jobsrepublic?
Jobsrepublic 25 years ago, almost.
Wow.
Yeah. So next year, 25 years. Yeah. So we started off with the first initiative was superjob.nl. That was one of the first werken sites in Holland, first career sites for the Dirk van den Broek company.
Uh-huh.
And so it was a distributed job board. And after that, we set up the site gemeentebanen.nl, so municipalityjobs.nl, and that already is also almost 25 years ago. And then we had a plan to set up a lot of focused job boards, industry-specific job boards, but that plan didn't work out. So we ended up in the government corner and did a lot of work there in the jobs under the Jobsrepublic label until 2013, and then I took over the company, and then we moved on indeed. Yeah, and then a couple of years ago, the Jobsrepublic became the label for high volume recruitment, recruitment as a service, as we call it now, and Hello Public is digital recruitment for government agencies.
Yeah. So if I have you place you somewhere? Is it recruitment marketing agency? Is it more recruitment marketing tech?
So let's discuss both labels. So Hello Public, what used to be Jobsrepublic, is focusing on government. That's why we do traditional digital recruitment, as I could say now, in the AI era. So it's like career sites, job boards, campaigns, employer branding, those kind of things. And Jobsrepublic, the host of today, that's focusing on high volume recruitment for big companies. And we call it now we deliver recruitment as a service. So we used to do more, we came from the campaign side, but then we found out that it's not just delivering campaign and then letting things go, because then we noticed that we lost a lot of candidates after that. So then we said, okay, we're going to really help companies with a complete solution, and we take care of the entire candidate journey for specific jobs. High volume.
So not only the outbound thing, the marketing, but also when
following up, also sourcing, also referral recruitment, all those kind of add-ons for specific jobs. So for example, we are now delivering 350 bus drivers at Qbus, a big public transportation company, and we take care of campaigns, we take care of sourcing, we take care of the follow-up 7 days a week, and everything that's connected to that.
Yeah, sounds great. And especially you won also prizes with Schiphol group.
True. Yes.
After COVID.
Yes, that was actually the first recruitment as a service job we did, performance based. So we are paid per hire or per lead, but mostly per hire. And at Schiphol, 2 years ago, COVID ended, and everybody wanted to go flying, and all the security agents were gone somewhere else. So there was a huge issue, and we were asked to help them out, and together with recruitment builders, we managed to, in 6 months, to hire 1,800 new security agents for the airport, and solved the issue there, and indeed won a couple of awards indeed with it.
Yeah. So this is the AI recruitment podcast you're in. So we have, of course, to ask you questions about, do you use AI within your companies?
Yes, of course. I wouldn't say how can you do without. So on a personal level, I work it continuously. It's like changing the way you look at things. It's changing. It's really so. That's also what I tell my team members. Work with it continuously, because everybody has his own ChatGPT, etc. So work with it continuously, because it's changing the way you approach stuff, and that's you have to learn that, because otherwise you get behind. So one of our core values is expertise. So personal development on AI and on all the different types of jobs we have in the company is really essential. When you look at campaigning, when you look at following up candidates, etc. For example, we use Carve for following up on candidates. We call and then record it. We're kind of testing that since a couple of weeks. And of course, I don't think there will any text or any ad is created in our company without the help of AI. Mainly text, and sometimes a bit of visual content, but mainly text.
Yeah. And how about I talked to another more creative agency, a previous, when you made suggestions, you win a new client, and then you're making a campaign, and then you make some sketches, and now you can already prompt some more real look. Is it something you also use it for?
In the commercial process we use it as well. So if we say, okay, we're going to set up an entire recruitment plan, recruitment strategy, and there are all these different components, then we visualize it indeed with Midjourney mainly, because it works best, and create a visual. So, and it really helps selling stuff. It's because people process visuals much faster than words, and it's really clear what you can achieve with the plan.
What if you should mention the biggest advantages of using AI?
I think, well, of course, speeding up stuff. Yeah. So that's for example, the recording of candidate interviews. That speeds up a lot. It's also very good in communication. So you can really, we work very close together with the recruitment departments of our clients. Mm-hmm. So they can fully view back what has happened, what is said, and get the extract out of it. So you don't have discussions about details, what we used to have more, because you can always go back to the source where it's all there. But it's also more and more that we use it as a sidekick expert. So, for example, if you in the commercial corner of the company, so in the sales, if we are doing a pitch, then we ask ChatGPT, okay, what are the questions we can expect from this? And it's amazing, and that continue, and you keep on asking, and you get all the how do you call it? Reasons why someone wouldn't buy it, or you can place yourself in the position of a CEO or a CFO or whoever, all kinds of different stakeholders, and get the questions you can expect. Yeah, it's really interesting. But so a sidekick expert, a sidekick coach is what really is used very often and makes a difference.
Yeah. What's your opinion about people talk a lot about the bias and what's happening with my data, the EU AI Act? How you look to all those?
Yeah, well, I'm an absolute AI enthusiast, and want to use more and more of it. But on the other hand, when you dive in, you really think, okay, where is this going to? Yeah. And we really should be protected, and I'm really happy that Europe is always a front. That sometimes people make a laugh about Europe because we are the legislators of these processes, but it's really necessary. Otherwise, I don't know where it would be going without government control. It's I think already beyond imagination where it's going to, and it's going fast, and it's really impressive. It's also scary stuff. So yesterday I saw the O2 campaign. Where they have this old lady, AI, talking to scammers on the phone. We have all these scammers that call people, and then they have this AI old lady talking back, but keeping the scammers busy for hours. And that's really funny because you see in this video they made of it. You see thousands of old ladies talking to all these scammers, so that they really get frustrated. Nice. Yeah. That's really nice use, but you can also turn it around. And if scammers and everyone is going to call you with all kinds of AI assistants, and maybe your AI assistant starts talking to the AI assistant of the scammers. I don't know. There will be a lot of nuclear factories necessary to get all the energy for all the AI agents, I guess. Yeah,
you're also enthusiastic about AI, and me too. Are you still being surprised about the rapid involvement of AI?
It's amazing. Only if you solely look at ChatGPT and you see it improving week by week, I would say, and but also audio content, the songs you can create or the videos you can create. It's a year ago we would have said, well, that will be maybe in 10 years or so, and now we're a year further, and so but also all the automation stuff. It's a lot. And every day you see new stuff and are amazed, and you start using it, and you think at first, like for example with Corv, the recording of candidate interviews and the analyzation of these interviews. I thought, well, okay, let's see this, but it's really good. It's really it's getting everything. So it's the expectations are also high, but the delivery is even higher in most of the cases.
What do you think when we started today with the Dragon discussions? Bill Boorman, the founder, the founding father of True.
Yes.
We were discussing about how will the world will be within 2 years when we're looking at AI, and he said 2 years, maybe 2 months or 2 weeks or next week. What do you think? Where will we stand in 2027?
Yeah, well, in 2 years will be really amazing, and in 10 years, I don't think that that the world is the world anymore as we know it.
Yeah.
So that's So it's really hard to tell where we're going, because it's going way faster than you expect.
Yeah.
But maybe there will be. Also moments that things slow down. You at first always you have the high expectations of where the technology is going. Then you have this development going down, because then things might not be that as promised.
Yeah.
So now we are used to so much development that we also believe every promise that is made now. And probably that there will be some slowing down, but could be the other way as well. So it's really, so far I'm amazed. What happened in the last 2 years is amazing.
Yeah, me too. And I think we both are a little bit on the front. And even then, if you look at things, and yesterday I read about Microsoft Teams next year, if you do a video call in Dutch, and there's someone in French with some maybe a couple of seconds delay in it, and then he or she sees me talk fluently French.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in the translation business.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, also when we see what's happening in the recruitment business, I don't know if in 5 years or in 10 years from now, any of the solutions we use today will be a business by then.
Yeah.
It's really amazing how fast things can change. And also, and the most interesting thing is the mindset about the usage is changing, and people start discovering new ways to use things, like in any way, in finding jobs, in sourcing, in that will also completely change, I guess. And so, will there be job boards in 5 years, or will it be AI assistants that go with your AI profile towards all the jobs in the world and find the best match? Probably more. It's going to in that direction, then we will have more successful job boards. So it's
So every episode we have some AI news, and then I have a nice jingle, and then my voice says something like, "This is AI news." And the AI news is regarding. We just talked about the O2. Was it a commercial? The scammer, the old lady and the scammer. Was it more commercial or more?
No, it was an actual AI video, and they made a video out of it, like this is what O2 gave to the people to protect themselves, and really bother the scammers. So it's like a feel-good kind of solution.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about because it's almost Christmas, and maybe it's not officially the founding father of Christmas, but this drink we'll say it we'll say they are, and they have a new commercial. I think everybody knows it's the Coca-Cola. Always Coca-Cola, and yeah, it's terrible. It's a sound I made from people who respond on their new AI commercial. If you think about Christmas and Coca-Cola, you see those red trucks and trees and nice in the evening, great lightened houses and people drinking cola. And now they have totally made a commercial with AI.
Yes.
And there is some rumor about it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. So a lot of people are well. I just heard someone say terrible and awful and those kind of things. So people really dislike it, but it's also a bit of an industry discussion.
Yeah.
So of course I understand that creators who live for creating these kind of commercials really dislike it. And if you look close, you can really see, okay, this is not how good it should be. Coca-Cola is the inventor of the look of Father Christmas, and now they create cheap. I would say, let's say, if Action would do it, it would be okay. But Coca-Cola is they have this tradition of this ultimate Christmas commercial, and now they used AI with it, which is extremely impressive. By the way, 1 year ago we wouldn't think this would be possible. On the other hand, it's not really high-end commercial. So I don't know what they were thinking.
Critics have labeled the result as unattractive and uninspired, and also a little bit cold. And the commercial was intended to pay homage to the company's iconic 1995 "Holidays Are Coming" ad. And in the ad, you can see the red trucks driving in convoy to bring cheer to a town. And Coca-Cola already at the head of generative AI, so that's a real function at Coca-Cola, defended the approach in an interview with Ad Age. It's an American ad magazine for the ad business, highlighting the significant time and cost savings achieving by leveraging AI. Time, I think that's perfect, but maybe once a year at Christmas, maybe cost savings shouldn't be.
Please don't touch Christmas, right?
Yeah, maybe
until it's really, really good.
Yeah, maybe it is so. And I've got other news. Maybe it's interesting. Latest news. It's research from Tilburg University reveals that most employers have no issue with candidates using AI tools like ChatGPT for their cover letters or resumes. Is it something you see also with your customers, that also candidates are using AI?
Yeah, well, of course, I would say if you're a candidate not using AI, well, good luck. Saves you a lot of time. Well, cover letters. I thought we lost cover letters years ago. Well, especially in high volume recruitment, cover letters do not exist anymore. Nobody is going to apply when you do that. The same for resumes is also less important these days than it used to be. Of course, with municipalities, it's more used. I do not really dislike cover letters, by the way. And I think it's good people use AI for that if a cover letter is requested, because I think AI can write better cover letters than most applicants. And
And in the research, employers estimate that 29% of applicants use AI for cover letters, 25% for resumes. And there were earlier studies to suggest higher usage. Additionally, 65% of employers check for gaps in resumes and 21 screen candidates. So it's just a moment view of the candidate, and most employers look further from the things people deliver or upload when they apply for a job.
I think the resume has its best time. It will always be there in one kind of way, because your personal history is always interesting, I guess, as a candidate. But that will be different, especially with the AI era. I think that will be the breakthrough for skill-based hiring and assessments. And I think we will move that way. It used to be a real big issue to get these skills models connected to each other, and it was impossible. So everybody wanted something else, and so that was almost the end of the skill-based selection. But with AI, things really change really fast.
It's also one of the tracks here at TruAmsterdam was about this topic, and I totally agree that even before AI and ChatGPT, I think it was outdated to ask for cover letters. But still, if you look and you find some career sites, then still there's a star and a field you have to upload a cover letter, and you have to upload a resume. That's really then you don't have a recruitment problem, and then you have an organizational problem.
Then you really have to educate your line managers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great for being here, having you here in the AI Recruitment podcast.
And thank you. Very nice to be on your show. Thank you, Martijn.
So I'm sitting here with the next guest, TruAmsterdam. It's the founding father of Tru, the recruitment and conference. Bill Boorman. Hi, Bill.
Hi.
Just attend your session.
Yeah.
It was about AI.
About AI, kind of. It's a topic I'm talking about and spending most of my time thinking about these days, which is the day after the robots come. So if we accept, which I do, technology is taking over a lot of the role of recruiting. What does the job look like afterwards? What does it mean? And so if we said the day after the robots come, let's just say whatever that might be, 6 months, 12 months, when we've fully implemented this work, what does it look like? And I try and look at things from 3 different key perspectives, which is what I was talking about in the session. So one is the technology, what's possible. What can the tech do now? What will the tech be able to do the longer it learns and the more it evolves through our practice? The methodology, how does this change the workflow? So how does this change the work that we do? And then society, what is society ready for? Like, for example, are people ready to go all the way to accepting a job before they speak to a person?
Yeah.
Maybe, because the technology and the workflow is possible, that just might not be desirable. So I'm interested in looking at it from those 3 examples and speculating a little bit about the day after the robots come is, okay, we've got the technology, what does your job look like? Does your job even exist?
Yeah. So, and you think this is the last generation of recruiters?
Yeah. So I think if we look at the way recruiting is done now, and we look at workflow, and I've had to do that, I've been a recruiter worked in and around recruiting for 44 years this year. So best part of 44 years. So if we look, I'm passionate about recruiting. It's given me a fantastic life, really, genuinely. So if we look at it and say, what does it mean for recruiting? If 70% of the work, 80% of the work that we do and money that we spend is on attraction, on assessment, on those tasks that get people into the funnel to actually get hired, the small number of people compared with the large number of people that we've dealt with, or large volumes of data that we've looked at. Very easy to forget that a data point is a person at the end of it, right? So figuring that bit out and thinking, okay, if we take away 80% of the tasks, what does that mean for the role? Now, what I'm seeing at the same time, if we talk about societal change in role, is talent acquisition teams or talent acquisition leaders changing job titles, so becoming chief people officer, people and culture, changing their job titles. And that's more than semantics. So taking on things like internal mobility, retention, I've heard internal comms, I've heard some training, career pathing, mentoring, all kinds of things which are being enabled. Analytics, workforce planning, strategy, link between people and business.
Do you think recruiters realize it changes very quick?
I think there's a couple of things. I think a lot of recruiters are realizing this is coming and they can see the threat of it. So if, for example, you take a task like matching or sourcing or outreach, we will tend to stick our feet in and try and justify why a person can do it better. So you heard a lot of the sessions, you hear people being quite passionate about, I get better results if I personalise this or if I use this information. And I respect what people are saying, but effectively it's not necessarily a very nice thought to say, actually, a machine can do this better than I can.
Yeah.
It can learn better than I can. It can respond better. It can deal with a higher volume. So we will, at the moment, we're going through the phase of trying to justify our existence. And I'm looking at conferences and I'm seeing some quite big names in our industry being keynotes who are almost making the appeal that you have to be human. You have to put the human back in human resources, robot-proof recruiting, all that kind of stuff. I think a lot of that is a last stand to say this is why people are key in the process. And I think the human bit does play a key part. I just think recruiting is going to be much bigger, to the point where within your job role, the actual recruiting piece of talking to people, networking, managing offers, dealing with human emotions on a one-to-one human basis will become 10 to 20% of your job. Yeah. And there'll be a much broader remit beyond just the hiring of people. And that's what I really believe. What I think is really exciting is all the technology is going to need training. You need what they call composers, people who can work the AI, people who know where to look when there's a problem, people who do quality control, so managing the machines rather than doing the work. Yeah. That I think people who are time-served and skilled recruiters who know what they're doing will be at a premium, because the more the machines do the work, the less people will have the knowledge. So I think for this generation, it's super exciting because you'll be at a premium. What you know and what you've learnt through doing it, through making placements, through doing matches, through doing sourcing, doing outreach, all those good things will be invaluable, but it'll be about what you know rather than what you do, which will have your true value.
Yeah. So recruiters will be recruitment agents, trainers, coaches, managers.
It'll be a lot more than recruitment. So it'll be learning development. It'll be career pathing. It'll be much broader. It'll be people orientated, retention. Once you get into retention, you get into things like I'm seeing already, speaking with quite a senior talent acquisition leader on my podcast last week, and they've taken on internal communication. They said at the time, I didn't really see the link, but actually they were the best at understanding how to send out group comms messages and and what they're doing now is managing the technology to do that, right? So we're seeing lots of different, and we're already seeing it. If we look at the LinkedIn profiles in our own networks, we're seeing job titles changing more than semantics. We're seeing duties changing, even if job titles are staying the same, that tell me we're here. The robots have come. It's not the day after the robots have come. This is like the year after the robots have come.
Yeah, they are there already.
Yeah, they're here. They're here and doing it. And we just need to react to that in the right way.
Yeah. And if you look at candidates and AI in comparison with recruiters, who's ahead in using it?
Well, candidates are well ahead. But then adoption of technology in recruiting, if you think about anything from mobile, from web-based search, from Google, from job boards, from anything, the candidates have always been ahead. And there's a simple reason for that. They don't need to ask permission. They don't have to go to a security department. They don't need a budget. So what we're seeing now is more and more apps, and it's becoming really apparent in some markets where candidates are setting off their AI agents. Yeah. It's learning about what they want. It's going out and finding a job. It's applying for a job. It's writing the perfect cover letter. And the mistake I think we make is thinking what we're talking about when we're saying presenting the perfect CV. Is that telling the truth? Is that lying? Is that honesty? Is that dishonesty? It's not about lying. So AI should be trained not to lie. It isn't about being dishonest, about presenting people in the right way. Well, that isn't any different to what people with money have done with a CV writer or a career coach who said, I can remember teaching candidates, write a new CV for every job, reorder, present. As a recruiter, I would present some information ahead of the other because I thought it was relevant to the application. Now the technology is doing that, right? So what we're seeing is applicants it's the AI finding the job, it's the AI applying for the job, it's the AI dealing with the response to the job, and it's the AI then ranking those jobs in order when instead of struggling to get one interview, candidates are getting offered 30 or 40 interviews because they made perfect applications through the process. And it's coming back and saying, here's the right job for you. Now, I think that presents a new challenge because we've spent a lot of money and we've spent decades building up content which is to be attractive to human eye over employer brand, career sites, things like that. We've spent a lot of time and money to be found, SEO, Google search, right? And now what we're saying is it's actually going to be discoverability by ChatGPT rather than how do you create a job spec and how do you deal with an application process and how do you step up the rankings of the candidate matching in terms of which job they should apply for, that we're actually creating something for intelligent automation, which I think it is intelligent automation rather than AI, but how we create it, what does our career sites, our job specs need to look like in that world compared to what they needed to do in the human world. And that's very different. So I think we've got a lot of challenges ahead of us, and some of them, because the applicants are adopting first, recruiters, as always, are on the back foot a little bit in playing catch up.
Yeah, so we have to keep eye on the candidates if we want to to hire.
Think
them.
about how people are looking for jobs, right? So I've always felt the market we were moving towards, and it's taken a lot longer than I thought it would, was one where jobs look for people, people don't look for jobs. And we've got to get our jobs in the mix.
Yeah. So if you look at all the vendors, they talk really about using the AI in their solution. It's time saving, cost saving. But what do you think about quality of hire?
Quality is naturally improving, right? So if you've got data, I think what we really have struggled with and what we are finally beginning to address in what we're talking about is what quality of hire is. So that's a different answer. Is quality of hire quality of attraction? Is it that we end up with smaller shortlists and we hire more people, that we have better quality ad response because we're using cost per application? Is it those things? Is quality of hire determined by who stays in the organisation the longest? Is quality of hire determined by performance? That we measure performance and say, is there a trend in the sourcing that says people who we source who have these trends? So I think the more that we try and define quality of hire so that we can actually measure it, we can then measure it against the other metric. And I think that's exactly what technology does. So I would expect the quality of hire to improve. But more importantly, I think what it's exposing is we don't have a measure for quality of hire at the moment.
Yeah, still hard. And in case you...
So it's not hard.
No?
Let's not make no mistake. It's not hard. It's not defined.
Okay.
Because we haven't sat down and defined it. We haven't actually gone... Somebody says, I want to improve my quality of hire. Your first question is, how are we going to measure that?
Yeah.
Right? That's when you say, we want to improve the quality of our ad response or we want to get better ROI. You've always got to come back and say, right, what's the measure of that? What does good look like and how do we get better at that?
Yeah. And I forgot the question.
That's cool.
No,
you need an AI to remind you. You need a machine to remind you.
Yeah, I should have written it down. 2025, what do you think? Because in the morning discussion when we started, something said, how will the world be in 2 years? And I thought you said
2 years is too long. If we look at the pace of change.
Change.
And this is the combination of technology, society, methodology. Pace of change, 2 years. We shouldn't really even be thinking more than 1 year ahead because there's so many factors, there's so many things. And we've learned that one of the things we've learned is that we live in this world where I think Peter Hinton, who's one of my gurus out of Networks, Peter talks about a continuation of crisis that we've had COVID, we've had a war in Ukraine, we've had an energy crisis, we've had an unemployment crisis, we've had economic crisis. You know, we've got different things going on in the world, elections, political unrest, all kinds of different stuff. That we're always going to be dealing with one crisis or another. We're always going to be dealing with uncertainty. Numbers are going to fluctuate very quickly according to what economies are doing. That's supply and demand question. We're going to have to be very reactive. So I think 2 years, in 2 years, given the technological capability, I think we're talking about a year in most cases.
Yeah. So Thank you.
My pleasure. It's been great being at TruAmsterdam. Thanks
Yes.
for having us, Amsterdam.
Next year, 20th edition in Amsterdam.
20th edition in Amsterdam and Rotterdam will be part
Oh,
of
Rotterdam. Okay, both. Combination.
and combination.
Thank
Thanks
you.
all.
So we're now at TruAmsterdam, the 90th edition, but we also have our own event. It's an online event, live from our studio in Utrecht. We are doing it again, the second edition of our live talk show AI in Recruitment, the Outlook 2025, on Thursday, the 30th January. You can already register via our website and also watch this year's replay, so the Outlook 2024. The first guest we announced in the previous episode already it is lawyer Inge Brattinga. She will talk with us about the latest legislation on AI, including the EU AI Act. And we are also thrilled to announce the second guest, Brian Pereboom, Head of Recruitment at Wortel. And Wortel has built a stellar reputation as a leader in technology innovation, and their approach to artificial intelligence is no exception. Under Brian's leadership, the company has successfully integrated AI into its recruitment, from strategy until the execution. And it transforms the way they attract, engage, and retain talent. So during the talk show, Brian will share his learnings from the journey they made the last 2 years with this. So you can register now for free via ai-in-recruitment.com/outlook 2025. So, and if you want to partner up, this year we had over 600 attendees to our online event. You can also contact us via the website, also martijn@recruitmenttech.nl. And you can be live in our show. We can interview a customer of you. So that's something for this, I think. The end tune is over there. I felt a little bit alone without Jasper, my co-host normally. I'm glad I had some people here at the table. Bill, of course, and Eric. And I also recorded an interview with Ivan, which we will publish later in December. So next episode will be our end of the year Christmas special. So if you enjoyed today's podcast or video podcast, please subscribe and leave us a review in your podcast app. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.